Hello YouTube. So in this video I'm going to be showing you guys all the stuff I got from New York Comic Con 2023. I am filming this on Sunday, the October 15th, so this is the last day of Comic Con, but I only went on Friday and Saturday. These were the badges. This was the Friday badge, and then this was the Saturday badge. Then information like hours on the back and stuff like that. I just went to Comic-Con this year. I didn't have any art to show. I just went there to, just buy some stuff and just walk around. It's always fun to walk around. I took a day off work, so that was kind of fun. Anyway, I got a bunch of stuff, some manga, some comics, figures, prints, and some other stuff at the end. But anyway, I hope you like this. I hope you subscribe, whatever. So I guess the first thing I'll show is I didn't plan to buy a figure, but I bought a Sailor Moon glitter and glamour figure right here. Super Sailor Moon 2, Pretty Guardian Sailor Moon Eternal, the movie. So I guess maybe this is based on the movie. I bought one of these glitter and glamour figures last year from Comic-Con for Nico Robin, and I really liked the figure. I thought it was well made. I don't know a lot about figures, but so this is the actual figure here. I just put it together right before the video. I think it's really nice. I don't know anything about Sailor Moon. I have a couple volumes of the manga, which I've been meaning to read. And now that I think I have this figure, I think I'm going to go and immediately read those volumes. Let's lower the camera a little bit so you can see her. I don't know. I really like this. Yeah, I think this is just a really cool figure. I like the pose. Even if you've never seen Sailor Moon or read the manga or anything, like everyone knows who these characters are. So I was a little bit more money than I wanted to spend. I keep telling myself I'll spend less money at these conventions and just in general, but it never happens. But anyway, yeah, so very excited about that figure. I'm going to place it next to my Nico Robin and Zolo figures that I got last year. Maybe some of you watched that video. Then I also got a print at Comic-Con. This is the first time I've ever bought a print from one of the artists. I got this cool Daredevil print. And there's kind of a funny, interesting story about this. So the artist, her name is Stephanie. I can't pronounce her last name, but this is a bookmark, so you can... There's her website, I think, at the bottom. Yeah. So please go and check her out. She's an amazing artist. But basically, my dad has a friend who is a comic book artist, or he's like a comic book artist on the side. And my dad was telling him, oh, my son is at New York Comic Con, and my dad would send his friend the pictures that I was sending to him from the convention. And then the friend said, oh, I know this woman who's an artist, and she's at the convention. So my dad said, see if you can find this woman. See if you can go and meet her and tell her that your dad is friends with her friend and blah, blah, blah. So I found her. She was very sweet, very nice, and just, as you can tell, a fantastic artist. I love Daredevil. I can't really describe why I like this drawing so much, but I also bought it. Not only do I like it, I bought it because I wanted to support her a little bit, and she was very nice talking to me. We had a lovely conversation. When I mentioned that, my dad knew her friend and knew this guy, she just like lit up. She was so excited, and she did take a picture of me, and it was a very sweet, kind of cool moment. And I need to find some place to hang this up. Maybe I'll hang it up. I might take down that poster back there. It's from what's the series called? The Toilet Boy something kun. I don't know. It's something like that. It's about a toilet spirit or something. I've never read that manga, but I have this poster on my wall. I might take that down and put this Daredevil poster up there. Whatever. But anyway, so I got this print. I have this cool bookmark. Let's move on to some of the actual like books and stuff. Okay, so I was looking for. I think people realize by now I mostly like manga. I read more manga rather than American comics, and so I was looking for manga at New York Comic Con, and it was pretty hard to find. Like I did find some that I will show later in the video. I did also buy some regular superhero comics or American Marvel and DC comics, but I finally found a place that had a little bit of manga. It had like a little bit of manga, and it also had American comics. And as I was looking through all the books, I found, I'm probably the only person that would buy these, I found a book about Monet and Van Gogh. And these are small but really thick books, and they contain, they're basically like each of them is like a biography about the artist, but it also is like a complete catalog of all their paintings. And for anyone that doesn't know, I did go to art school. I did study art, so I do have like, kind of like a fine art background in a way. Like I did, I went through, typical art training and, all the stuff that you do in art school, and, nude figures and drawing from life and still lifes and all that stuff. Like I did do a lot of that, so I do have an interest in fine art, and I don't know, so I also feel like I should learn more about fine art and these great artists just in general, just for my own education. And I think there are some ways in which I could even with my interest in comics and my desire to publish my own comics one day, I think there is a world where fine art and comics can intersect, or you can use, things you learn from skills that I learned from Monet and Van Gogh in my own art. These books are a little beat up. This rip right here, I ripped it off because it was like it was already ripped, but then it was kind of like flopping around. I think my phone just rang. And I was like, I don't want this loose thing here, so I might as well just rip it off. These are kind of banged up, but they were pretty cheap. These were like $10 each, $12 each. So I was kind of excited to buy these. As I do feel like I should be studying more famous artists like this, and I don't know, why am I justifying myself? I don't know. I'm very excited to have these. I also got the very first thing I bought was a giant Pachirisu. This was the very first thing I bought at Comic-Con. Little plushie. I am a little disappointed that its tail is so big, so it can't sit up by itself. If I try and sit it up, it just kind of falls down. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know where I'm going to put it. I have a bunch of Pokemon stuffed animals. Where are they? Right back there. Squirtle, Pikachu, and that's a Cyndaquil. So maybe I'll try and set Pachirisu up on the couch over there. But I love this thing. I have this idea that now I can collect Pokemon stuffed animals, and I wanted to buy a Piplup stuffed animal, but it was a little too expensive, or a little more money than I wanted to spend but on a stuffed animal. But so I got Pachirisu, which was a little bit cheaper. I just like cute Pokemon. Okay, Pachirisu, you can go somewhere else. Okay, so now let's get on to actual comics. So the first one, just randomly grabbing it from the pile, Red Sonja. I think it's Sonja. Red Sonja, Scorched Earth, Book 1. I don't really have too much to say about this. I just kind of wanted to read one of her comic books. and I just kind of grabbed this one. I prefer buying trade-ins over single issues because I don't know. I just like the way, the book. It's all together. Sometimes it can be a pain to find certain issues. Yeah, so I've no expectations for this. I flipped through the art a little bit, and it doesn't wow me. I don't even think I read the back. I think I just saw Red Sonja, and I was like, I should buy this. I don't know. She's hot. I don't know. I don't know much about her character. I read some Conan the Barbarian comics last year, and I think it's sort of a similar vein, similar world. Hopefully this is good. I'm worried that this might not be that good, but if you know if this is good, just please tell me in the comments section. Then I also got, from the same booth, I got Batman New 52 Volume 1 Court of the Owls. I have read this. I don't know what the version is called. I have like a penciled version where all the art inside here is just the pencil art and the text. So no inks. It's just, what's his name? It's Greg Capullo's pencils. So I have read the story, but now now it's nice to have it in, the actual full color, way it was like originally printed. Very excited to reread this. This is such an incredible storyline, and it might be I've been wanting to collect the Batman New 52 for a while now. So maybe now's the time, now that I got the first volume. I think I'm going to read it and then compare it to the other book that I have, just to see, the difference between, the pencils of this page versus, how the inks and the colors look and stuff like that. In the penciled version of the book, it's cool. Like you can, he puts there are like notes in there for like the editor. There are notes in there for the inker. So it's kind of cool to see that. Why I'm putting this back in the bag, I don't know. Whatever. Then speaking of Batman, I got Batman: A Death in the Family. So I've never read this one. I know, obviously, I know what happens. Robin dies, blah, blah, blah. I hope that's not a spoiler for someone. So I bought this at an artist's table. I was walking around and I come across this artist. His name was Mike DiCarlo, and he is the inker on this. His name is not actually on the cover, but if you look it up on Wikipedia, he was the inker for this whole story. So I immediately decided, okay, I'm gonna buy this. I really want to read it. And then he tells me, okay, well, I can autograph it for you, and I can also draw a little picture inside. And I was like, okay, awesome, that's great. The drawing cost a little bit more money, and I'll show you what he did in a second. But he signed his name on the front in like metallic silver marker. And he says to me, I need to set this aside for a couple minutes so it dries, and that way I can draw the picture for you in the back of the book. So he goes, I don't want to smear the signature. And I was like, okay, great. I'll walk around and I'll come back. So I come back and he hands me the book, and this is the little doodle he did in the back right there. So that's pretty cool. But the signature on the front was smeared. And I immediately realized, and I talked to someone else at a booth that was selling things to protect your comics, and she said to me, yeah, those markers don't really work well. They're going to smear. And by the time I got home, this had been in the plastic bag in my backpack. You couldn't read what the signature was anymore, which is kind of disappointing. So I just wiped it away. So the signature's no longer there. I didn't pay for the signature. That was free when you bought the book, so I guess that's fine. So I did write in the bottom here, I did write the artist's name just so I know for future reference. So that's not his signature, that's mine. But he did do this nice little Batman drawing in the back. So I guess that's it's a little disappointing. It would have been cool to have, the autograph on the cover. I guess I could have said something to him and had him sign on the inside, but I didn't want to cause a problem. I was a little nervous and anxious, but whatever. Then speaking of DC, let's move these over here. I got Superman Unchained. I know little to nothing about this. I like it when some vendors will sell single issues, but they'll group them all together for like the complete set. So it's kind of like buying a trade-in, but you get each single issue. So these are all 9 issues of Superman Unchained, and I immediately saw Scott Snyder and Jim Lee on there, and I thought this could be pretty good. So I know nothing about it. I don't read too many Superman comics. I'm not a huge fan of Superman. I just think he seems a little too perfect. Like he seems like he's a little too strong, a little too powerful, but he's still kind of cool. I prefer darker characters. I like characters like Batman, characters that have like a chip on their shoulder. I like Naruto for like similar reasons, because I feel like Naruto just constantly has like feels like he has something to prove. I guess, Clark Kent, Superman, feels the need to prove something, but at the same time, he just many times he sort of feels like he's a little too powerful, all powerful. I don't know. Maybe everything I'm saying is wrong, and I'm just showing my ignorance and showing that I don't read a lot of American comics. But hey, I've got more American comics to read. Either way, I'm excited to read these. The covers look great. Jim Lee does he did the covers. I don't know if he did the interior art. Maybe he didn't. Either way, I'm still excited to read it. Jim Lee was at the convention, but he was he's such a popular artist that he doesn't have like a table. He just does signings and stuff, which I kind of get it, because otherwise people are going to swarm the table and it's going to be a long line. But I just think it would be cool to be able to talk to him. And I didn't bring my own art this year to talk to artists about and get feedback, but in the past it would have been, cool to be able to get like a portfolio review from Jim Lee or someone. I could easily put these back, not on camera, and not waste time, but whatever. Just catch your breath. I hope everyone's having a good day or a good week, or I hope things are going well for everybody. What are we doing now? I'm trying to remember what stuff I've shown and what I haven't shown. So next books, these are a couple more American comics, then we have some manga volumes, and then I have something else that to end the video that I was not expecting to see at the convention, but I spent a lot of money on. So I have Before Watchmen, The Comedian. These are all 6 issues of the storyline, and then Rorschach Before Watchmen. These are the complete 12 issues. So let's show the individual issues. So I'm a huge fan of Watchmen. I think many people are. It's a fantastic comic book. I've read some of the Before Watchmen stuff. I've read, I think, Ozymandias and the I forget the what's it called? The pirate comic that was in Watchmen. They had like, that was sort of a Before Watchmen thing where they just had like the comic book that was being read in Watchmen. They had like the entire story. Is it called like The Crusader or something? I don't remember what it was. What? Oh my God. Whatever. Someone will correct me in the comment section. Well, probably not, because no one watches my videos. So this is the final issue. Issue number 6. Is that Kennedy? I think that is Kennedy in the back. So this booth was selling all, they looked like they had every single Before Watchmen thing, series, mini series in these, single issues, but like grouped together so you get the full set. And I chose The Comedian and Rorschach. I wanted to get like the Night Owl and the Silk Spectre and some of the other ones, but I went with Rorschach because Rorschach is my favorite character from the original Watchmen, and I arguably, the most interesting character. And then I decided to go with the comedian, even though I was not. I really thought about getting the Night Owl or the Silk Spectre. They were less issues, a little bit cheaper, but I thought, what, the comedian seems like a much more interesting character, and I think this story could be a little bit more interesting than the Night Owl or something. So, I keep saying I'm excited to read it. I'm interested to read it, but I guess I wouldn't buy it if I wasn't, interested in reading it. And then, so there are 12 issues for the Rorschach ones. I want to show these covers because the art is pretty cool. I don't like this cover. It looks a little weird to me. And this looks like the animal that Ozymandias had. So that's a little confusing to me. These covers are just really, really good. And they're all different styles too. Like, as I go on, you'll see that sometimes the style changes a little bit. Oh, the glare. What issue is this? This was issue 5, I think. Yeah. Oh, this is a fantastic cover. I love this cover. Do people like, I don't mean like hang these up on like their walls, but like maybe like display these somehow? That would be kind of cool. I'm not gonna put these back in the bag. I'll do that later. And then 6 more issues. These are going to be 7 to 12 for the complete Rorschach Before Watchmen thing. I've heard what's the word I'm looking for? I've heard mixed reviews about the Before Watchmen series, and I think it's sort of like hit or miss. Like some of the character storylines, character books were better than other ones. It's a cool cover. I think I heard good things about Rorschach, at least what I remember. If I hold it back farther to get a better view of it. This is issue 11. And then the final one, issue 12. So there it is, Rorschach Before Watchmen. I think that's all the American comics. Then I got, looks like 5 volumes of manga. I'm worried I'm forgetting something. Whatever. Okay. I'll just go in order. First manga I got was Shy. I got this at the Yen Press booth. I don't know much about this series. I remember when I was listening to a video, I think from the Omnibus Collector, and he was talking about this series when it was announced, and I thought I thought the premise sounded interesting. In an age where superpower defenders from each country have brought peace to the world, Japan's representative is a timid girl known as Shy. She may be embarrassed by the mere thought of slipping in the spandex, but she'll prove that despite it all, she has the heart to be a hero. That came from the back. I don't know. Just when I first heard the premise, I thought that was kind of interesting. The superhero who's really, really shy. So I'm kind of going into this blind. I don't know a lot of. Clearly I don't know a lot about it. There was like several volumes. Several volumes are out. I think maybe 11 volumes are out. But the Yen Press booth had like, I think up to volume 5, and I decided, you know what? I made a financial decision to only buy the one volume and then read it and decide from there if I want to buy more. Then I also got from the same Yen Press booth, Bride Story by Kaoru Mori. I don't know anything about this, but I remember hearing good things about it, and I flipped through it a little bit when I was looking at it, and the art is fantastic. It is highly detailed, especially some of like the clothes on it, and just like the fabric, like look at the rug right here, the detail on the rug in the background. The art is gorgeous. So as usual, I'm excited to read it. Here's a picture of a goat or a ram or something. Does it say what it is on the page? Oh, it does say goat. Okay, yeah. Here's a picture of a goat. If a manga has a goat in it, it's pretty good. Then I got these 2 volumes might have been a mistake. Soul Eater Perfect Edition Volume 4 and Soul Eater Perfect Edition Volume 5. The reason I say this might be a mistake is I bought the first 3 Perfect Editions a year ago, 2 years ago, I don't know. Like at least a year ago. And I haven't read them yet. So I'm just kind of assuming that I'm going to like Soul Eater. Whatever. If I don't like it, I don't like it. It just, I was, I got the Soul Eater volumes and the next volume manga I'm going to show at the same vendor that I bought the Monet and Van Gogh art books from. I went back the next day and I was like, I'm gonna buy some of that manga. Yeah, look at this. Look at that. I've read a little bit of Soul Eater. I don't know much about the story. Sorry. I had the first volume years ago, like the first regular, I think Viz Media put it out, volume. And then I don't know why, but I ended up giving it away. So I need to make sure that I read these 5 volumes before I decide to, just go and blindly buy more. Because this is not a series that I know for 100% that I'm going to want to collect. It's not like Fist of the North Star or something, or, Berserk or something, where you just buy it because it's good. I'm sure this Soul Eater is pretty good, but it's no Berserk. It's no Fist of the North Star. Then the next volume that I bought at the same vendor was Goodnight Pun Pun. They only had volume 1. They had a couple copies of volume 1. If they had volume 2 or 3, I probably would have bought another one, because this is actually a series that I'm anticipating on liking, or at the very least wanting to own all of, because I think Inio Asano is such a incredible manga artist, but he's also such an interesting artist. Like, even books where, like, Nijigahara Holograph or The Girl on the Shore, those are the only 2 ones that I've read. Even when you parts of it you don't particularly like, they're interesting, they're thought-provoking, they're weird in a way that I can't explain, and I like having them so I can go back and reread them, especially Nijigahara Holograph. That's just a mind trip in and of itself. But I've heard good things about this. I've heard depressing things about this. Even people who say it's depressing still think it's really, really good. So, I mean, there's not much to say about this, but I mean, I think everyone's reading it at this point. So then the last things I got at the convention. So I think I've talked about it a little bit on this channel, but I am a huge fan of K-pop, particularly BTS, and there are a couple of other groups that I'll talk about in a second that I've become fans of. And I found a vendor that was selling K-pop albums, and I thought, I have to buy something. I ended up buying 5 albums. I spent too much money on these, but I'm very, very happy with it. I'm not going to use the CDs, I don't think, because I don't drive. Maybe if I'm on a car trip, I'll convince the driver to play some of the CDs. But maybe I'll buy a CD player. My computer doesn't have a CD slot anymore, which I think is stupid. Like, there are DVDs I'd like to watch, and I don't know, why don't computers have CD things anymore? Anyway, so I bought a bunch of these albums. I guess I'll just start showing them. I'm not gonna. I could probably make a separate video going in depth for like what each one contains, because each one has a CD. For those of you who don't know about K-pop albums, and I just learned this after buying them. You know, they have a CD, but they also have like a photo book. They also have like little photo cards, sometimes a poster. So it's not just like an album with like the CD. It has a bunch of other stuff too, and that's really what I wanted. Also, the outside looks. As you'll see, they're not typical albums, and I think they'll make a nice, display piece in my room. And I'm just becoming a collector. So anyway, so I wanted to buy. So the first day I saw it, and I decided, okay, I'm going to buy this BTS one, Map of the Soul Persona. I guess I'll try and open it and show you guys at least a little bit. There's the CD inside and all this stuff. This is V. There are some stickers in here, and then there is I guess I'll get out the photo book for each one, for each of these albums. It'll make the video longer, but whatever. So then they have this little photo book, and it's not really stapled together. Like these could just I could use these as posters or something. Has this little photo book and all these different photos. So each album is kind of similar in that way. I'm a little disappointed that this one's not like stapled together. It's fallen apart. But I guess this way it would be easier to hang them up on my wall, hang them up as like a poster or something. Whatever. It's BTS. I love BTS. I can't be mad about that. I also want to use some of these images to like draw from. I kind of like the aesthetic of some of these images. These sort of like boy band. And they look really, really cool. So I think that might be kind of fun to try and draw. So anyway, so I got Map of the Soul Persona, and then so this is on Friday, the first day. Then I also got Twice Ready to Be. Let's open up this one real fast. I don't know her name off the top of my head, but this is the poster from Twice. I can picture her name like it's spelled out, but I can't pronounce her name, so I'm sorry. So I got that little poster. Then I got the Twice album gives you a bunch of little photo cards. Sana. I don't have to go through all the cards. I will say Diane. She's my favorite in Twice. But then the Twice album, the book is actually like stuck inside here, which is really nice, and it has so all of these albums have like lyric pages where it will show the lyric it shows all the song lyrics. So Set Me Free. Most of the lyrics are in Korean, so I can't read it. It also has lyrics composed by, produced by, arranged by, and has the names of all the different people. Here's that girl again, whose name I can't pronounce. I'm just like blanking on her name. Yeah, and then it just has a bunch of glamour shots of Twice Geo right here. And then in the very back, it has the CD right here. And here's the song list on the back if anyone wants to see it. I don't know how many people who watch my channel are even into K-pop, but whatever. So I got those two albums, and I went home and I thought, man, I spent a lot of money, but there are four main K-pop groups that I really, really like and I really, really follow. I should go back tomorrow because I was going back on Saturday to Comic-Con. I should go back and buy albums from those other two groups just so I can, represent them in my room and show off all four groups that I really, really like. There are other K-pop groups that I like too, that I have, like Stacy and the Boys and Boy Next Door, groups like that, where there are a couple songs here or there that I listen to, but like I don't know the members' names. I don't really follow them that closely. But BTS, Twice, and then we have TXT and Stray Kids. Those are the four big groups that I follow. So just to show these in a little bit more detail, this is Stray Kids 5-star. I got the version that had the dragon on it because I thought that was cool. I'm very happy with the Stray Kids and the TXT albums. I think are fantastic, and they both came with like a large full-size poster, which I am absolutely going to hang up in my room somewhere. I don't know where. There's a lot of crap on my walls, so I don't know where I'm going to put it. But yeah, so I'm very excited about this poster. What else is in here? And then they also have the CDs in the back here. And then there's something in here. I forget what this is. Oh, then there are more like stickers and pictures and stuff. Is there one of a single member? Did I get a thing that was just a single picture of a single member? I don't remember. Whatever. And then I was talking earlier about, the aesthetic and of like some of these photos and the K-pop stars, and I don't know, obviously they're a band, but I just love the vibe of some of these photos, and especially Stray Kids. They look so cool. Oh, something fell out. Okay. I'm worried nobody's going to be interested in this. And then here, this is lyrics for one of their songs. The other reason I kind of liked, or I'm kind of happy that I bought these, is there are a lot of songs, K-pop songs, that I just don't listen to, even if it's, one of my favorite groups. I tend to, it's easy to forget about songs that like aren't being pushed really, really hard by the company and the group, and they're doing these. BTS was dancing Dynamite like all the time, and you forgot that there were other songs on that album. So now that I have these albums, I don't know if I'm gonna listen to them on the CD, but I can look at the song list and be like, okay, I should check this song out and go on YouTube and listen to it. And then the TXT one comes in this little thing that when you says fight or escape at the top, and then fight, and then on the back. These albums are like, the way they're put together, like so much goes into it. It's probably why they're so expensive. So TXT one kind of looks like this, and there's a poster in here, which again I'm absolutely going to put up in my room. Look at me, I have posters of boy bands in my room. This is Taeyeon, I believe. And then there's a lyric book. This is the lyric book for the TXT songs. Stickers. This little pop-up Subin thing. I guess I pop it out and it can stand. I might just keep that in there. Oh, and then there's another little poster thing. And then the photo book, I'll quickly show that. I'm probably boring a lot of my viewers, but whatever. Let's move these out here first. So then the little photo book here. TXT is doing like, I think like I don't remember what the concept was, but this is very like skater, angsty. I don't know if angsty teenager is the right word, but every photo has them on like a skateboard. Anyway, I love 2TXT. I think they're really, really cool. And then the final album, where's the cover? And then the final album that I got, I need to find a place to display all this stuff. Then the final album that I got was another BTS one, BTS Dark and Wild. I believe this is their very first album, like their very first big studio album. BTS is my favorite K-pop group. It's what got me into K-pop and all that fun stuff. Whoop. You pull the little string here and you get the book. They're so young. Have the CD. And then there's no poster in here. This is pretty small compared to all the other ones. Pretty simple, but before when I was talking about, the aesthetic of these photos, I really like these photos here. BTS, they're very it's very moody, very now this is very sort of angsty. The song Danger by BTS is in this album. There's a bunch, all the lyrics are in here, but of course, I can't read it. This was back in I think this came out in 2013, 2014. So they were using much less English in their songs. So I would definitely like to either draw some of these pictures or at least, use them as references for my own art. This is I don't know, I think this is kind of a cool pose. I don't know, I also just like the idea of I don't really care about fashion like myself. I just wear what's comfortable, hoodies and jeans, and when I'm at home I'm in sweatpants or my pajamas. I just want to be comfortable. But I do like fashion, or have an interest in fashion when it comes to art, when it comes to trying to design my own characters for my own comics. So that's the thing that I think about. I think about, a jacket, and, maybe I'll give my character a gold chain or something. I think I showed this exact page 10 seconds ago. So that is it. That is all the stuff I got from New York Comic Con. I got a weird mix of stuff: figures, plushies, K-pop albums, manga, American comics. I got some of everything. Where's Pachirisu? I met a kind of a friend at Comic-Con. Me? No, I'm not talking about you. Ow. Anyway, this has been a long video. I should stop rambling and figure out places to put all my posters and all my stuff. Probably gonna take that down. I could put something up on there in that slant, but it's weird because I sleep there and look up and I see I don't know. I don't like that idea. Whatever. Okay. Thank you guys for watching. Subscribe. I don't think the bell does anything, but I don't know. Click it. And just leave a comment. I don't care what the comment is about. Just leave a comment. Thank you.